Good morning. Today is Monday, March 14th, and it is a green day. Attention current National Honor Society members and future inductees. Our mandatory chapter meeting is tomorrow, Tuesday, 3:15 at 3:15 p.m. Current members will begin meeting in Fuller Hall, and inductees should report to Fuller Basement. See Mrs. Reed in the guidance office with any questions or concerns. Mrs. McGarvin's D-Block Career Exploration class will meet at Chef Hale's South Church Kitchen Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday this week. Please report directly to the South Church at the start of D-Block for class on those days. Calling all college-bound Hilltoppers. The following college has a virtual visit today: Queen Mary University in London at 11 a.m. in Fuller Basement. Tomorrow, New York Film Academy will be holding a virtual visit at 11 a.m. in the Colby Conference Room. Be sure to sign up for either visit on Naviance and to view all details. If you are scheduled to be in the class during the time of the visit, please check in with your teacher before coming to the college visit. You are also required to return to class after the completion of the visit, and attendance is turned in to the main office. Academy Theater will hold auditions for all those students called back for Mamma Mia from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday this week. Please check the Academy Theater Canvas page for the list of actors called back and more information. If you would like to be added to the Academy Theater Canvas page, please reach out to Mr. Walker. Thank you to all who bought an SJA March Madness bracket last week. Check your email for a message from Brooke White with instructions on how to make an NCAA account and officially enter in the pool. Contact her or Peyton Qualter with any questions. We will continue to provide updates on the standings of participants during chapel. Good luck. Attention juniors. The Social Studies Department is pleased to announce that the Boys and Girls State programs will run this summer. If you have an interest in politics, leadership, and public policy, this is a phenomenal opportunity. 4 boys and 4 girls will be chosen to represent the Academy at this week-long conference over the summer. While learning about state and local government, delegates will run campaigns, serve in a mock government, and set policy for the great state of Vermont. The girls will meet in person at Vermont Technical College from June 18th through June 23rd. The boys will also meet in person from June 19th through June 24th at NVU Linden. If you have any interest or questions, email Mr. Mantius at peter.mantius@stjlabs.com or stop by his classroom during conference period in Ranger 211 to pick up an application. All costs will be taken care of by sponsors and the Social Studies Department. Today, the math team will be hosting the ASMA Contest 5 in Fuller Basement at 3:30. Please bring a graphing calculator. All are welcome to join the math club today at 3:30 in Fuller Basement. Attention Hispanic students. Spanish Club will meet tomorrow at 3:30 in Profe Orozco's classroom, Newell Hall 21, to prepare for our Hispanic Festival. Please be prompt. 8 have fallen. 8 survived to compete again. Yes. It's the quarterfinals of March Book Madness in your library. Please vote this week, either online or in person, to determine which 4 books will go through to the next round. To receive an online ballot, email library@stjlabs.com. Let's keep this energy going. Happy birthday today to James Lamontagne. Happy birthday. And the late announcements. This Saturday, Sisu Lang battled driving snow and wind gusts to compete against New England's best Nordic skiers. Competing for Team Vermont at the Easter Nordic Championships, Sisu finished in 10th place on the Vermont team of 24 athletes and 45th overall in the U16 division. Team Vermont finished in 2nd place overall, losing to New Hampshire by only 9 points. Sisu finished the 5K skate in 17:31, the skate sprint in 3:02, and 9:56 in the 3K classic race. Congratulations to Sisu for a great season and for representing our school and state. Congratulations. At the New Balance Nationals in New York on Friday, Evan Thornton Sherman ran to 20th place in the championship race, lowering his Vermont state record in the 2-mile by 15 seconds. Evan placed 46th out of 65 in the championship 1-mile on Sunday to complete his indoor season. Also on Sunday, Andrew Thornton Sherman placed 2nd in the freshman 800 with a personal best time. Congratulations. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ashley, and good morning, everyone. As you might know, March is Women's History Month, and International Women's Day was on March 8th. a day that's also embedded within that month. Perhaps as you walked through Colby Hall this morning, you saw that there are some students that have begun to create that Women's History board and the timeline. But for us as school communities, it's a month that provides us with the wonderful opportunity to explore and dig deeper into women's contributions, struggles, and triumphs throughout history. The commemoration began in the 1980s as Women's History Week, which was before a day, and now it's expanded into a month-long celebration. We'll be hearing this month from a series of speakers to give tribute to those who have paved the path for all of us who will travel next. Perhaps you heard the message earlier in the year when we were celebrating the female athletes, those that have set the bar high so that many might follow. This month allows us to take a deeper dive and a deeper look into many, many more influential women throughout history. So whether you've read about Marie Curie, whose pioneering research on radioactivity led her to earn the Nobel Peace Prize, or Sally Ride, the first American woman to travel into space on the Challenger, or artists like Frida Kahlo, a Mexican painter, best known for her uncompromising and brilliantly colored self-portraits that deal with themes of identity, or leaders like Sonia Sotomayor, the first Latina and third woman appointed to the Supreme Court, Associate Justice, and has made a big impact on the courtroom with her dedication to the judicial process, the fighting spirit that stands up as an inspiration for many Americans who felt marginalized or underrepresented. Or activists like Rosa Parks or Malia Yousafzai stood up for justice and equal access to education, and not to mention all the other billions of women who make impacts on the lives of our everyday communities. I know some of you juniors are reading the book Their Eyes Were Watching God with Mr. Cottrell, one of my favorite texts of all time to teach. But the story itself about Zora Neale Hurston is unique in and of itself. Her story, her time where she was living was during the Harlem Renaissance, and after discovering and reading about Zora Neale Hurston's works, another woman named Alice Walker, the author of The Color Purple, decided that with her death, there needed to be some way to share the story and the struggle that Hurston went through. Hurston herself had a dual career as an anthropologist and an author, incorporating regional and cultural realism into her short stories, her folklore, and her novels. Alice Walker, an activist, a novelist, a short story writer, and a poet, was best known for that book I mentioned, The Color Purple. But what's interesting about her story is that she wanted to find where it is that Hurston's grave was, so that she could bring to light many of the stories in which Hurston shared with others. So she spent time thinking about what it is that we do to save lives as storytellers. In class, we talk a lot about building your voice as a writer, the voice that's within all of us. We've learned a lot about power of stories, especially those told that give the lasting impressions to legacy. In my class alone, we've heard from people like Tim O'Brien, a famous writer, who says that stories save lives. Stories are for those late hours in the night when you can't remember how you got from where you were to where you are. Stories are for eternity, when there's nothing left but the story. Alice Walker, like so many others, didn't allow Hurston's story to die with her. She memorialized her life and gave new birth to a remarkable story and her journey. So what I'd like to say today is that we all have the ability every day to help those stories that surround us come to life. And yet sometimes we wait. We wait to tell those stories until there's a moment, until there's a conversation over coffee, or then maybe someone has passed to be able to tell the story before we celebrate the lives that are in front of us, that walk the halls with us each and every day. Chef Hale did a wonderful job the other day taking the time to celebrate others and their lives who have touched them so deeply. And I would say that let that be an inspiration for all of us to take a hard look at those who surround us. And in this month of March, in particular, let's look closely at the women who you interact with every day. Understand their journeys, discover their story. Think about ways in which you can celebrate the work that the women do to touch our lives every day in the school community. You are in school at a unique time. You're present in a time where there's a first In history, the first female headmaster in history, Dr. Howell has a story, as do many of the other mothers and aunts and cousins and aunts and bosses, you name it. Our world is better when we decide that we can learn more about one another's story. So this month, take a look at the board, take a look around, think about the women that you see that lead in ways that are sometimes quiet and sometimes very powerful. Think about ways that you might be able to share others' stories. It's also a first time for us today, as we've entered school under the new mask rules that Dr. Howell talked about on Friday. And so all I will say today about that is handle one another with care. We all have our choices. We have our reasons for our choices. And we expect that we're going to be the same caring community that we have always been. And let's make sure that we seek to understand before we make a judgment. That said, we have an opportunity coming up this week where we all can make an impact on a very significant level. So Ms. McCaffrey is here to talk to you a little bit about the blood drive. So please welcome Ms. McCaffrey.
Good morning, everyone. So for many years, St. Johnsbury Academy has hosted a blood drive each semester, and we have been one of the top, if not the top school in Vermont for units collected. Over the past 13 drives, we've collected almost 1,600 units of blood, averaging about 122 units per drive. Unfortunately, the last 2 years, we've had to pause the blood drives because of the COVID pandemic, but now we're back, and we're very happy to be hosting a St. Paddy's Day themed blood drive on this Thursday in the field house. I want to thank the 74 faculty and staff and students who have already scheduled a time to donate, but we have 58 more time slots to fill to meet our goal of 132 donors. So please come and sign up with us during C Block today through Wednesday in the cafeteria. Every unit that we donate at our blood drive can help save 3 lives. Each recipient of that blood donation has his or her own story. He or she could be an accident or trauma victim, a cancer patient, a mother giving birth, a premature baby, a transplant recipient, or a surgical candidate. Our impact goes beyond that patient. It's multiplied by the impact that it has on a person's loved ones who are thankful for the unit that we donate. I donate because of my family and friends who have a new lease on life, in part from the blood that they receive. I'm thankful for all donors, and I want to continue donating to make a difference in someone's life. So please see us in the cafeteria today through Wednesday to sign up for the blood drive on the Thursday, March 17th in the field house. And so now, advisors, there's a short video in the email you received this morning, if you could play that. It's just sharing, some of our faculty sharing why they give blood. Thanks, and have a great day.